the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. Andrew Wiggins making strides in his game last season, scoring from all over the floor now, and more importantly, scoring with efficiency. What was the change you saw, Shaq, in his approach?
Well, I like this kid. He's, Ernie, really a quiet assassin. The three-point shot was clicking for him. Much more space to operate with an outside game. This kid can do it all. Oh, Canada, you better stand on guard for he.
Oh, I like that.
How come nobody's ever described as a noisy assassin?
Good point, Ernie.
Anyway, back to Andrew Wiggins.
Well, does a good job of drawing fouls as well, getting to the free throw line.
You know what?
Quietly gets to the free throw line.
You know what we also did?
What's
Anytime
that?
you get the guy to start the music early, you know you've done your job.
There it is.
Let's send it to Kevin Harlan.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. Last outing for Minnesota, the loss to the Pistons.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Jimmy Butler survived a tough upbringing in Tomball, Texas. He said, that's all anybody ever wanted to talk about. But I don't want that to define me. If I'm stuck in the past, then I won't get any better. I won't change. I'll get stuck as that kid. That's not who I am. I'm a great basketball player because of my work. Guys?
Thanks, David. You can tell Butler has a good head on his shoulders, an elite talent in this league because of the hard work he puts in. Already, Doris, several elite rookies are struggling. We often see top high school players making the seamless jump to college. Why is that next jump from college to pro so much more difficult?
Well, I think every level of basketball that you go up, whether it's high school to college and then college to pro, there's a different level of physicality. The players take an extraordinary jump both in their approach to the game, their level of professionalism, what their physical and mental maturation state is. So the NBA has the best players, not only from the United States, but from across the world. And so obviously there's a level of preparation that's required on a day-to-day basis, and the season is so much drastically longer from the college, which plays about 32 to 40 games, to an 82-game regular season, and then if you're fortunate enough to be in the playoffs. So there's a level of endurance required in addition to both the physical and mental maturation standpoint.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Down low, it's Jang and Towns. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. And it's Teague in at point guard.
Well, listen, Kev, we know this. Getting to the line has become such a big part of Jimmy Butler's game. I can't help but admire how he has put together a complete package of an NBA game. It's really a thing of beauty.
Here's Howard. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Teague kicks to Wiggins. He feeds it to Towns. Dishes it to Teague. Pass to Wiggins. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer. Butler. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Well, such work ethic. Towns brutal on the offensive glass.
Carter Williams kicks to Batum. Pass to Williams. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Takes the 13-footer. Howard can't hit. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Teague the pass to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Well, the body control of Karl Anthony Towns, just a terrific job to take the hit.
A slow start for Charlotte in this one. 7-point differential. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, and some nights, you know, the starters carry the load, and then there's others when it's about the bench. That night, the bench won out.
Well, they came to play for sure, and it took the pressure off that starting unit, which is exactly what you're hoping they would do.
Wiggins with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. From the stripe, will not go. This is off the front iron. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They get it back. Here's Carter Williams, and the rejection by Jang.
Oh, the 7'3" wingspan erases that shot. Nice by Gorgui Zhang.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Now, here's Batum. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game to end the drought. And Carter Williams gets it to go on the assist by Batum.
And that ends the frustration. They've been ice cold to start this one.
Well, hopefully that gets their juices flowing, right? Once that first shot falls, it's typically a big relief.
Here's Jang. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Outside Butler. He kicks it to T. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Now here's Lamb. He's covered closely. There's the pass to Carter Williams. Screen by Howard. Outside Batum. Rebound by Jang. Timberwolves leading by 7. Outside Teague. Kicks it to Wiggins. Drops in the layup for 2. Wiggins has got his first basket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
On the wing, Lamb. He dishes it to Howard. The feed to Lamb. Williams sets a screen for Lamb. Howard, a beautiful reverse layup. Howard's got his first basket of the night.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
Shots good from Butler.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Hornets trail by 9. Howard with a screen on Wiggins. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, his value to this team on both ends. Not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
A shot by Williams, no good.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
Butler dishes to T. Williams against Jang.
You'd be hard-pressed to find an area where Zhang's growth has not been seen. No longer a guy you can send to the line. I'll tell you, Gorgui Zhang is improving and becoming a value at the center spot with all that length. He challenges shots. He's got a nice face-up touch. There's a lot to like with this guy.
he knocks down the first one. And Jang drops them both. Hornets trail by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Carter Williams against T. With a floater. A second chance effort. Williams can't get it to go.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Wiggins. Towns kicks to Wiggins. Williams with the block. Lamb with the ball. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
Here's Teague following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. Back to Teague. Timberwolves passing it around. Butler, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Hornets trail by 9 to the inside. Here's Williams. Banked in off the glass.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. You don't pass to a player, you pass to a spot. Let your teammate run into it.
Carter Williams against T. There's a good screen. Here's Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Lamb with the ball. Now guarded by Towns. Doris, you respect the art of the assist. You always have. That's part of your DNA. In the NBA now, which guys, in your opinion, are the most fun to watch in terms of their playmaking ability?
Well, I'd be interested in your take on this, but you could make the case that it's a non-point guard who's the best pure passer in the NBA. When a guy like LeBron James is differentiating between teammates about how they want to make the catch. One guy wants the ball on the seams, one guy doesn't care, and LeBron James goes to try to fit the needs of those players. Kev, come on, how good is that?
Well, it's the best. And you know what? I think we're seeing, when we talk about a positionless game, I think everybody's got that nice ability to pass the ball. I think they've even taken more to an art form where they take pride in the way they set up a teammate. The passing has never been better.
Agreed.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Williams. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Stone in for Michael Carter Williams. And Lamb drops them both.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Crawford passes to Muhammad. Down low, it's stolen by Kaminsky. Feeds it to Stone. The dish to Lamb. Passes it to Stone. And the rejection by Towns. Brooks kicks to Towns. Muhammad against Kid Gilchrist. From down low. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. Hornets trail by 7. Launches a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Here's Crawford. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. He had 13 points in the win against the Clippers.
That's nice technique on the glass. You know, you leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
Another miss by Minnesota. Charlotte's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Stone kicks to Lamb. And there's the call on Shabazz Muhammad. That is his first foul of the game. Monks checked in for Lamb. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Patton, he's checked in for Towns. Here's Stone on the money from 12 feet away. Stone's got his first bucket in this one.
Defensively, Kev, it's very hard to impact a shot from the mid-range when you're giving up that many inches as a defender.
Crawford passes to Patton. And Gibson now atop the key. Over Zeller. No good off the back of the rim. Hornets trail by 5. Stone kicks to Monk. Six on the shot clock. Doesn't go that time. And Minnesota now the other way. Brooks, the pass to Patton. To the middle. And Gibson kicks to Crawford. Trying to get back on track. It's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's his first foul. Here's Kaminsky. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Clippers.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
Now here's Crawford. It's a 5-point game. Got a hand on it.
This has been absolutely brutal. Missed every shot this quarter. He needs to keep his head up and keep working.
And good that time.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on him.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Here's Patton. Crawford dishes to Gibson. Floats one, and the layup is up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
If Taj Gibson gets around the rack, you understand this guy is going to make an opportunity.
There's the pick. Stone kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Dishes it to Kaminsky. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for the Timberwolves.
And their guards have been very active on the glass. In a game like this, that it really could go either way. Extra possessions can make all the difference in the world. You like the way they're getting it done here by committee.
Minnesota leading by 5. And for all their youth and players who can get out and run, this Timberwolves team, Doris, near the bottom of the league in terms of pace.
Well, I think they want to take any easy transition scores they can get, but otherwise they're going to look to set it up because this is how Coach Tom Thibodeau has always done things. It's an offensive approach that has worked for them.
Well, with Taj Gibson on the court, you know you're going to get great energy and intensity, and you're going to get it at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, there's no question. The fervor that Gibson plays with on the defensive end, to me, rubs off on his teammates. He never takes a play off. He works endlessly to make life tough for his assignment. This guy is underrated as a defensive force in the NBA.
And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
And Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. And it just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Crawford outside. The shot by Muhammad. Nobody around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Hornets trail by 8. Stone kicks to Monk. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
And a moment here to check out some numbers for Kit Gilchrist. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, here's Zeller, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact. And when you watch Cody Zeller on the floor, you just see how effective he is. He really plays the position well on both ends. He doesn't put up those huge numbers, but the change for his team is that he is so versatile and easy to plug in.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And Greg, last season the Hornets were so much more productive when Zeller was on the floor. He was crucial whenever they came away with the win.
And many fans will tell you that Zeller was the second most important player on the team last season. Not a big box score guy, but his value to a team is undeniable.
And the second free throw, good.
You know, with the influx of talent that the Wolves have had the last handful of years, they feel a pressure to win. Fans are wondering when all that talent will mature. Expectations are being raised for this group.
Now here's Brooks. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Stone. Back to Kid Gilchrist. Lets the 3 fly. No good on that last second attempt there. And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 7. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion, on the court, it's my sanctuary. I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships. I take this game very seriously.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Patton. Shabazz Muhammad is out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Brooks, and it's Crawford at the shooting guard position. Here's Muhammad. Following the basket by Malik Monk. Crawford outside. Over Monk. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
Brooks, the pass to Muhammad. He feeds it to Crawford. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Zeller. Williams comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Stone. And that one falls for Jamal Crawford. Doris, some players, no matter how hard they try, can't make free throws in games. You spent a lot of your playing time at the line, playing guard for Providence. Why do you think this mental block is there for some players?
It's amazing the power of the mind relative to sports performance, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Because I do believe very often this can be much more about the mental than the physical side of it. Think back to Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, guys who are physically massive, and they say the size of their hand impacts their ability to shoot it. But to me, there is no question about it that sometimes it's just you're afraid. It's like the yips in golf. You just can't figure it out. And it becomes a scary place to be, standing alone on the free throw line.
Good comparison. But they recover it. Here's Howard, and Howard with the stuff.
And really, there's no reason why Howard can't at least be boxed out. When he comes up with these rebounds, it's night-night for the defense.
Now here's Crawford. 17 points for him last game against Detroit. Wiggins kicks to Zhang. Back to Wiggins. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. Wow, that is a strong move there to go in for the dunk.
And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
And the first one drops. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Teague comes in for Jamal Crawford. He's perfect from the line this time.
I tell you, as good as he is at the line, it allows him to invite contact when he's down low.
Teague against Carter-Williams. Back to Teague. Shoots from 12. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Oh, my goodness. The defense looking helpless in that instance, doing all they can. But ultimately, Jeff Teague beats them with better offense.
Now here's Carter-Williams. 11 points for him in that last game against the Clippers. Here's Butler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Monk.
Well, you think about Tom Thibodeau as the architect of so many great defensive teams. For Minnesota, it took some time on the defensive end, but he feels like this team is starting to turn a corner on that end.
And the first one at the line is good. And for Thibodeau, you simply can't play for him unless you exert maximum effort on defense. Doris, he can be tough but fair in what he demands.
Well, as long as you're willing to work hard every single day on every possession, you can play for Tom Thibodeau. This is a guy who constantly preaches the importance of the little things, and he wants proper defense to become second nature for his team.
And so he hits both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Carter Williams against T. Howard in the post. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
T dishes to Towns. Over Howard. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 10 points.
He may be in his formative years, but Karl Anthony Towns looking like a vet shot maker.
Now Carter Williams. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Williams a screen. Carter Williams the pass to Batum. And the 3 off target. Timberwolves leading by 9. Here's Butler. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Of course, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
That free throw good from Butler. And Doris, at the end of last season, the Timberwolves debuted their rebrand plans for this season.
Well, it was the right time, I think, to keep the logo fresh, and the team did a great job. You feel as if this will be the constant look for what is a new era in Minnesota basketball.
And so Butler nails both of them. Charlotte calls timeout.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 3rd in blocks, 6th in rebounding, and how about his top 10 ranking and free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. Now here's Wiggins. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Butler on the wing. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Lamb's got 3 rebounds now in this one to end the run. And no good. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next game. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand.
Well, there's so much value in how Jeff Teague runs an offense. He's got great speed. He plays hard on both ends of the floor. I think any organization would be lucky to have this guy.
And really one of the quickest guards in our league. Jeff Teague just puts tremendous pressure on your defense when he's attacking the paint.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Teague. And the book on Teague, Greg, is to make him an outside shooter. You don't want him getting to the rim.
I mean, he's a good finisher around the rim. His outside shooting, although streaky at times, not bad, but not great either.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws. So it's the Hornets now, trailing by 13.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Screen by Howard. Batum with the three. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Now here's Towns. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Here is Howard after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Oh!
They are still commanding a lot of defensive attention. Howard just keeps his head up and finds the open man.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Now here's Teague. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Towns kicks to Teague. That's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Timberwolves passing it around. Jang, no luck. Hornets trail by 13. Outside, Batum. Again, Batum missing.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're in prove how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
The free throw drops for Towns. Doris, we've seen a number of aging players really change their bodies through better nutrition and improved fitness conditioning. Do you think we'll see more guys even extending it further, playing into their 40s in the NBA?
Well, how great would it be to see LeBron James play into his 40s? You look at a guy in the NFL, a much more physically demanding game in terms just of the hitting that's done in the game. Tom Brady approaching his 40th year, incredible. And LeBron James would be the player I'd point to. There's a guy 6'8", 200 and whatever he is, probably 65 pounds, who every single day puts time into the process of keeping his body healthy. It's great. His greatness has been sustained, but he pays a price to get there, Kevin.
And Doris, you can change your body and you can change your game too as you grow old.
That's a great point. Think about how much of a low post scorer Kobe Bryant became later on in his career, because the elevation, his ability to elevate, so different.
Great example.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right. The effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Here's the screen. Kicks it out to Wiggins. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Here's Lamb. Up again.
And that's the crazy athleticism of Howard, getting up off his feet and just powering home the putback.
Carter Williams against T. And there it is for him. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Charlotte calls timeout. And when Andrew Wiggins came into the league, there was a lot of fanfare and lofty expectations placed upon him. Many in the league thought he'd be the next big wing star in the league. And Doris, while the hype might have gotten carried away a little bit, Wiggins has shown he's a force on the court.
Right. He's dealing with a couple of things. The hype coming out of college and also being involved with the trade for Kevin Love. There's a lot to live up to there. But this guy has shown an outstanding ability to live up to the #1 pick label. This guy's a franchise talent no matter how you look at it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. And it's Frank Kaminsky in for Marvin Williams. Minnesota also with the sub. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gorgie Dang. A shot by Batum, no good.
No other way to put it, just a rough quarter.
Oh! Wow. And fans should get a 10 for degree of difficulty. That was beautiful.
Here's Carter Williams. He's got 7. Pass to Lamb. He kicks it to Kaminsky. Picked by Zeller. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
You know, I think the idea is right. Set a screen and try to shield the defender off him, but the pick isn't nearly strong enough.
Towns the screen. T kicks to Butler. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
This is exactly what you hope for from your point guard, Jeff Teague, unselfishly pulling all the right strings.
Here's Carter Williams. Zeller, a screen on Teague. Outside, Batum. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Teague against Carter Williams. Wiggins kicks to Gibson. Outside Teague. Inside. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Lamb. And there's the pass to Carter Williams. It's rebounded by Towns.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Batum. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Batum dishes to Carter Williams. Kicks it to Zeller. Towns with the defensive effort. Minnesota leading by 16. Here's Butler. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 3 assists in the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lamb passes to Kaminsky. Charlotte moving the ball around. And Lamb kicks to Kaminsky. Here's Carter Williams. Again, Carter Williams missing.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
Teague dishes to Gibson. Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Kaminsky. Gibson passes to Teague. Gibson down low. Covered by Lamb.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Well, we call that crowding the shooter, right? You don't give up an inch. It's just perfect defense.
Timberwolves leading by 16. Towns the screen. Now the feed to Teague. Outside Butler. And he banks in the layup. Butler's got 19 points.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Carter Williams kicks to Lamb. He dishes it to Kaminsky. Feeds it to Lamb. Over Butler. No good from Lamb. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 12-4 run. Butler sets a screen for Teague. Wiggins left side. From past the arc. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 18. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
That was very undisciplined half of basketball they just played. You can see it in all the points they gave up at the free throw line. Listen, I don't mind the aggressive attitude, but they took it too far with all the silly, crazy fouls.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
The scene at night here in Uptown Charlotte, where we welcome you back to the action. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible, really good judgment on the offensive end.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Hornets trail by 18. Inside, Williams at the 4, Howard in the middle. Michael Carter-Williams is out there with Jeremy Lamb, and it's Batum in at the 3 slot. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half.
Carter-Williams looks like he's floating out there, but has that deceptive first step.
Left side, Butler. Shot left block, and it's off the back rim. No good. Charlotte shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. Lamb, good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
T kicks to Towns. To the wing right side. Jang with a clean look. The shot that time not on target. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Butler dishes to Jang. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Boy, that's terrific vision on the part of Butler. Knows the offense is not created in a vacuum. Keeps the teammates involved. Always puts a smile on their face.
And Batum kicks to Carter-Williams. Outside, Batum. To the paint. Here's Howard. And he lays it straight in. Howard's got 8.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
In the corner, it's Wiggins. Teague for 3. Kept alive. Here's Jang. The kick outside to Butler. Drains it from beyond the arc. Butler's got 22 points.
Well, he's taking a lot of pressure off the other players right now with how well he's shooting it.
Carter-Williams against Teague. Williams for 3. Rebound by Butler. Minnesota leading by 17. Inside and stolen by Williams. Here's Lamb. Towns with the steal. T kicks to Wiggins. And it's sent back by Howard.
Yeah, and shooters have to be cautious with Howard around. He has such a long reach that he easily blocks those kinds of shots. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
In the corner, it's Jang. Towns, the pass to Wiggins. Bucket is good. He's got 8.
Well, there's that in-between game, right? Wiggins silky smooth from the start.
Hornets trail by 19. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, I think Coach calls his timeout right now because he's not happy with the distribution of shots. Difficult shots, contested shots. You've got to get a better offensive rhythm. Boy, it's fun to watch the growth of Andrew Wiggins over just a few years in the NBA, right? He can score from multiple spots. He continues to refine that offensive game.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Batum. Monk comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And Julian Stone subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Patton, he's checked in for Towns. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Jeff Teague. And with Wiggins, the clear development doors in his game has come from how versatile he is at scoring good off the dribble or on the catch and shoot.
Well, and think about it, Kev. For Andrew, that's only going to get better with age. He continues to strengthen his footwork. There's a little bit of DeMar DeRozan and Kobe in terms of his ability in the mid-range.
Muhammad, no luck.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's Kidd-Gilchrist penetrating. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And when you look at Kidd-Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
Free throw good, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And you look at the size and game of Kidd-Gilchrist, he is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kidd-Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
Minnesota leading by 17. Here is Brooks. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. In the corner, it's Crawford. 5 to shoot. Over Monk. Crawford, no luck. The Hornets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the 3rd quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. To the left side wing. Screen by Howard. Stone kicks to Monk. Howard with a screen on Crawford. Here's Monk. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Muhammad. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And he's missed every single shot he's attempted today, but somehow they're still in the lead.
Kidd-Gilchrist against Muhammad. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Williams. Here's Monk. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. That's 10 points for Malik Monk.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly.
Brooks dishes to Crawford. Pass to Patton. Out to Brooks. Muhammad, the pass to Jang. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Zhang's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, the thought was Zhang would never be much of a scorer, but I think he's changing people's minds.
Stone kicks to Monk. 20 feet out. And he hits the jump shot. Monk's got 12 in the game. Here's Brooks. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And Muhammad has it in the corner. He can't hit that time. And Charlotte will come the other way. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Stone. And a look here at the shot chart for Butler.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around, as his energy is contagious out there right now.
That free throw missing. Some changes for Charlotte. Cody Zeller comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Frank Kaminsky in for Marvin Williams. Taj Gibson's checked in for Minnesota. And he's good on the second. Minnesota leading by 13. Brooks kicks to Crawford. The dish now to Muhammad. Pass to Patton. Shot clock at 6. Fires from 14. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got 4 rebounds now tonight. For Charlotte, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Count the basket. Crawford's got 5.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Monk dishes to Kaminsky. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Muhammad covering. A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. And the Hornets miss again.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Dishes it to Muhammad. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Timberwolves lead by 17. Charlotte has gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Kaminsky with the ball, working on Gibson. Kaminsky sets the pick for Monk. Over Crawford. The shot by Monk is no good.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Here's Muhammad. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kid Gilchrist has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And if you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
One shot. One shot.
That one misses for Zeller. Hey, Doris, Shabazz Muhammad, a player that has slid nicely into that 6-man role, comes in looking to score, but does so in an efficient manner and can help his offense without taking too many shots.
Right, Kev. You don't find too many 6th men who will come and consistently shoot over 45%. Shabazz Muhammad has done exactly that, and it's rare to have that kind of efficiency off the bench.
One shot.
And that one falls for Brooks. Hornets trail by 18. Here's Stone. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. He feeds it to Kaminsky. Goes back up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, over the course of the last 10 games, these big men have been the NBA's best at the charity stripe. Second, Karl Anthony Towns. And, of course, Frank Kaminsky.
Now, that is a very confident group of players at the free throw line. We haven't seen them struggle there as some of their brothers in the big man fraternity have.
Not at all. They've got the kind of ability at the line that would be exceptional at any position. You can't defend them as physically as you would some other big men because of just how reliable they are up there.
No good on that one.
And just so frustrating for a team when you collectively go cold at the line. And that's happened to them here in the second half.
Good on the second free throw. Timberwolves leading by 17. Patton the pass to Crawford. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
So it's the Timberwolves now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Muhammad. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Clock at 4. Here's Patton. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Yeah, easy call.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. And he sinks the second. Hornets trail by 18. Monk kicks to Zeller. They set the screen. Nobody near Kidd-Gilchrist. Charlotte again missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
To the middle. Here's Monk. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Monk's got 7 points for the quarter.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Now here's Crawford. 7 points in the game. Brooks outside. Just 5 to shoot. Muhammad dishes to Brooks. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Brooks has got his second bucket of the night.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
Here's Monk. Aaron Brooks picking up that last basket. They set the pick. Free throw line jump shot. The shot's good from Monk. Monk's got 16 points.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Monk, and it's Carter Williams in for Stone. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Patton. Wiggins comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Teague in for Brooks.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Hornets trail by 20. And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
Teague can't hit. Charlotte's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Here's Batum. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Batum. And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
Timberwolves leading by 18. Towns, a screen on Carter Williams. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
.41 seconds left in the third. And here is Carter Williams. He's got 9. Picked by Zeller. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Wiggins left side. Back to Teague. Shot clock at 6. In the corner, Gibson with it. Another miss by Minnesota. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Timberwolves lead by 18. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Defensively, make sure we're all getting rebounded. No second shots. In transition, everyone talking. No open threes in transition.
And Tom Thibodeau wanting his team to pay particular attention to certain areas of their defense.
Yeah, taking care of the defensive boards, allowing no easy baskets on the fast break. These are key elements in terms of you having success.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. On the court for Minnesota, Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Towns in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Butler, following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Butler. And the Timberwolves lead by 18.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Shoots off the screen. That one a little long. The Timberwolves shooting reasonably well, 45%. Towns, no luck.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
Count the basket.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Timberwolves leading by 16. Here's Butler. Second chance shot. Karl Anthony Towns again. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, this kind of scoring performance is going to have defenses reacting to Towns the way they did to Anthony Davis.
And Lamb kicks to Zeller. Pass to Carter Williams. It's stolen by Teague. Here's Butler. Rebounded by Lamb.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Now here's Batum. Here's Zeller. And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
He kicks to Teague. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way. They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Wiggins outside. Back to Butler. And they double up Butler. It's stolen by Lamb. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Carter Williams running. Here's Zeller. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. 7 points for Cody Zeller.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Outside Teague. Outside Gibson. Butler on the wing. Shot clock at 6. It's tipped. They retain possession. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Carter Williams, the pass to Kaminsky. Now here's Batum. Over Wiggins. Charlotte getting another chance here. That one drops for him.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Minnesota calls timeout. And some changes here for the Hornets. Howard's checked in for Zeller. And Marvin Williams subbed in for Frank Kaminsky. Minnesota also with the sub. Zhang's checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Thanks, David.
And although he's got that shoot-first mindset, Howard has the skills to facilitate when he wants to.
They set the pick. Wiggins dishes to Zhang. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Hornets trail by 14. Carter Williams with it. Screen by Howard. Carter Williams with it. Picked up by Teague. Carter Williams kicks to Lamb. A three-pointer, no good. Minnesota leading by 14. Outside Teague. Here's Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
Batum passes to Lamb. Misses the 3. The Timberwolves shooting the ball at 42%. Butler dishes to Wiggins. And a miss there on the triple. Charlotte has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Wiggins against Batum. The pass to Carter Williams. Pulls up from the corner. Williams can't hit. Williams has gone just 1 of 5 from the field. High post try. Offensive rebound. Hornets trail by 14. Carter Williams kicks to Williams. And Butler sends it back.
Boy, though he'll never be a blocks leader, Butler has the size and hops to do more of this.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Carter Williams, the pass to Howard. On the wing, Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Teague against Carter Williams. Outside Teague. Kicks it to Wiggins. Over Williams. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Teague. And the Timberwolves lead by 16. The Hornets have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. To the paint. Here's Williams. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Charlotte. Timberwolves leading by 14. Towns, a screen on Carter Williams. Butler kicks to Towns. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Back to Towns. Off target from three-point range. Hornets have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Carter Williams dishes to Howard. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Carter Williams has got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Wiggins, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
Here's Carter Williams. There's the feed to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Howard setting the pick for Kid Gilchrist. Off the pick. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And Howard sets such vicious screens. It's like running into a brick wall.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Williams passes to Howard. Back to Williams. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Timberwolves leading by 10. Teague hits to Wiggins. He dishes it to Towns. Over Williams. Jang the pass to Wiggins. Three-pointer, Butler. The shot off that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And a wide open look for Lamb. Not really his range, and it's off target.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones. No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Jeff Teague coming over to the Timberwolves in free agency. Greg, the team felt he was the perfect fit.
You know, and it seemed for a while the Wolves had wanted to kind of mix things up at that point guard position. And you knew they had someone in mind when they dealt both Rubio and Dunn in the offseason. Teague was their man all along.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. And Lamb kicks to Howard. Now Carter Williams. Here's the screen. Screen by Howard to the inside. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. 6 points for Michael Kid Gilchrist. Here's Wiggins. Excellent D there from Williams.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Now here's Teague. To the middle. Towns dishes to Wiggins. Shoots over Carter Williams. Second shot opportunity. And Towns lays it in. Towns has got 20.
Oh, what a big-time move by Karl Anthony Towns. Undeterred with a hand in his face.
Carter Williams kicks to Lamb. Howard with his screen on Butler. Here's Lamb. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lamb's got 6 points in the quarter.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
And Teague, here we go. Butler passes to Towns. Back to Butler. 5 to shoot. That one good for 2. He has 29.
This is just one of those prolific nights for Jimmy Butler. The defense simply does not have an answer.
Howard with a screen on Teague. Carter Williams kicks to Lamb. Howard with a screen on Butler. Lamb, no good with the triple. Timberwolves leading by 13.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Minnesota.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Now here's Teague. Feeds it to Butler. Back to Teague. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.